So this is going to be a really tough story. This is not something I've talked about a lot in my life. Have any of you ever had a sensation of flying from music? I mean, anybody? Because this is really what this is all about. I'm going to tell you about an experience that I had, something that's it's going to blow your minds. It's going to really make you think about what we do in society. What you're seeing on the screen here, this is a place I spent 4 years of my life, Farmington Correctional Center. It's in the state of Missouri. I was there for 4 years, from 1986 to 1990. This is the outside of the prison. That is the A house, where I spent 2 years of my life. In fact, the tattoos I have in my body came while I was in this prison. So you might be wondering, well, what happened? So let's take you back a little bit to the fall of 1985. I was a freshman at college at Northwest Missouri State University. These are my younger brothers. And I was an innocent kid, grew up poor, father dead, mom has no money, and I was lucky enough to get into college with scholarships. One night in January 1986, while I was a freshman, I got drunk at a party and went into an unlocked house like this in Maryville, Missouri, and stole a purse. I guess I wanted a purse at that early age. I didn't know any better. No juvenile record. This is the judge that sentenced me 5 years in a state penitentiary. I didn't get the Brock Turner treatment. No one cared about my future. 5 years in prison for stealing a purse. On June 1986, this is where I went. This is Missouri State Penitentiary. And that caption, you can't read it on the front of that building, but look what that reads. This is hardcore. This is heady stuff for an 18-year-old. This is H Hall at Missouri State Penitentiary, where I went. And from the day I arrived as a pretty 18-year-old boy, I was fighting almost every day. It was brutal, it was ugly, it was painful, it was gross. And these are photos, if you remember the other slide, look how much I changed in 1 year in this violent environment. And it was an unbelievable experience. It was devastating, it was painful, it was emotional, you feel worthless. One night, 3 o'clock in the morning, in my cell, they turn off the lights. A music song comes on the radio I've never heard before. It's by Pink Floyd. This song came out in '79, but for some reason I'd never heard it. So here I am in '87, and the song starts, "Hello, is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home?" And what was amazing about that is I'm laying in my bed listening to this music, and I'm devastated. It blew me away. I'm laying there in this complete dark environment, miserable, bruises, cuts, and it says, "I know you're feeling down. I can ease your pain and get you on your feet again." And the end of the song says, "I have become comfortably numb." So when we talk about music, music speaks to you on some level, whether it's an emotional level, a physical level. It did all of these things for me. I became very introspective. I was like, okay, I'm in this horrible environment. I've got a raw deal. What do I do with my life? Do I wallow in misery? Do I get mad at the system and strike back? Do I go out in a blaze of glory? Or do I figure out the clarity that I need to see in my experience? It was like a nuclear explosion. I remember laying in that bed, crying, 4 o'clock in the morning, going, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, it was just that moving. And it was just an emotional experience. I went on to get my associate's degree in prison. Thank God we had Pell Grants then, back in 1989. So I graduated with an associate's degree. And what I did is I became a jailhouse lawyer. I started to move on with my life and say, I'm not going to be in this environment ever again. I got out. This is my mom and my brother. You saw my brother in the earlier slide. This is 20 years later. And so I got out. I became a paralegal. I went to work for a law firm. I moved to Phoenix in '93, went to work for Phillips & Lyon. In 2006, I applied to law school, disclosed my felony conviction, and was accepted. I graduated, in 2009, in the worst economy Phoenix has seen since the Great Depression. It's been ups and downs. Life is never all about one or the other. But I have a partner that's kept me afloat for 7 years. He's in this photo. I've got a dog. I've made something of my life. And I'm going to take the bar exam next July. And I'm going to pass it because I have become comfortably numb.